Hey there. I am so incredibly excited to be bringing you this first episode of Gut Feelings. This has been a little passion project of mine that I've been working on in the background for quite a bit. I hope that you love listening as much as I loved creating it. Before I get into my story and why I do this work, I want to talk to you about something really important. As women, we've been conditioned to believe that aging is a downhill slide, that once we hit 40, things just start falling apart, our metabolism slows down, we gain weight no matter what we do, our energy tanks, and we just have to accept it. But here's what I want you to know: that is a lie. The way you think about aging matters. Your mindset, what you tell yourself about your body, your health, and what's possible literally impacts how your body responds. If you constantly tell yourself that weight gain is just part of getting older, guess what? Your body will believe you. If you assume that your metabolism is broken, that you're too old to feel good, and that nothing will work for you, your brain and body will work together to make that true. But if you shift that mindset and start believing that you can feel amazing, that weight loss is possible, that your best years are ahead of you, everything changes. And here's the truth: weight gain, fatigue, and frustration aren't just about aging, they're about gut health, hormones, and the right approach. When you understand what's really going on with your body and give it what it needs, everything starts to shift. That's why I'm here. That's why I started this podcast, and that's why I do this work, to help women like you take back control of your body and health in a way that actually works. So, let me share a little bit about my story and why I know this to be true. Honestly, weight has always been a bit of a struggle, something I needed to be aware of. I was always able to gain it pretty easily. And then in my 20s and 30s, I went through two separate, fairly rapid, substantial, and unhealthy weight losses. That affected my body in ways I was completely unaware of. I got into health coaching in my early 40s because I underwent many big changes that caused me to be much more aware of my overall health. I went through a series of diets that each taught me just a little bit more about how to eat healthy. I quit drinking, quit smoking, and started running. So many positive changes. I was all over this health thing. Fast forward about 10 years. I felt better, but the weight was still an issue. I hit a point when I was doing everything right, being hyper aware of what I was eating, tracking all that food, and exercising every day. I had had 4 weeks of consistent and what I deemed perfect effort, but the scale would not budge. I guess it hadn't gone up, so there's that. But what would happen if I stopped working that hard? Something was very wrong. I came very close to just forgetting all the effort, giving in to the "it's just your age" mentality, because that's what I kept hearing, so I guessed it must be true. But I had a huge mindset shift. I realized that age wasn't the issue. It's about giving your body what it needs. I was doing what traditional diets told me I should, but those diets never considered my individual needs. The human body is such an amazing thing. Every single one is different. Did you know that the gut microbiome of identical twins are even different? So I immersed myself in learning about the gut microbiome and its connection to weight. I implemented gut healing strategies that I learned in that education, and finally, the weight started coming off. It wasn't overnight. There was healing to be done first, but it started and it kept coming off. I knew I needed to bring this to other women over 40 who, like me, were doing everything right but not getting any results. Today, I am aware of the foods I can eat without creating an inflammatory response, and I know how to heal if there is one. It is a whole new ballgame. Okay, let's be real for a second. If you're here, it's probably because you've tried everything. Maybe you've counted calories, cut carbs, tried intermittent fasting, or even done extreme workouts. but your weight won't budge. Or maybe you're gaining weight even though nothing has changed. You're eating healthy, you're staying active, but your body just isn't responding the same way. I hear this all the time from women in their 40s. And here's what I want you to know: you are not alone. And most importantly, you are not the problem. The real problem? The outdated one size fits all advice that ignores gut health, hormone balance, and how a woman's body actually works. So let's talk about the 3 biggest myths about weight loss over 40. Myth 1, it's just your age. This one makes me a little bit crazy. We've been told for years that gaining weight, feeling sluggish, and struggling with energy is just part of getting older, that we just have to accept it. But that's complete and utter bullshit. Yes, your body changes as you age, but that doesn't mean you're doomed. Your metabolism isn't broken. It's just responding to stress, inflammation, and foods that might not be working for you. The good news? When you start focusing on the right things like gut health, your body does respond. It's not about fighting your age. It's about working with your body, not against it. Myth number 2, you just need to cut more calories. I mean, seriously, if I had $1 for every time a woman told me she was eating 1,200 calories and still not losing weight, I'd be retired on a beach somewhere. Here's the deal. Your body is not a math equation. It's a living, breathing system. And when you restrict calories too much, your body panics. It slows your metabolism, increases cravings, and holds on to fat. That's why so many women end up feeling miserable and frustrated after dieting. The real key? It's not about how little you eat. It's about what you're eating and how your gut is processing it. When you focus on gut health, you'll be able to eat more food, feel satisfied, and still lose weight. Myth number 3, gut health isn't related to weight loss. Let me tell you something. Your gut health is everything when it comes to weight loss, energy, and how you feel day to day. Your gut bacteria literally control your metabolism, your cravings, and even how your body processes nutrients. If your gut is out of balance, which happens after years of dieting, stress, environmental factors, eating certain foods, you can be eating the healthiest diet in the world and still struggle with weight. That's why my approach starts with healing your gut first, because once that's in check, everything else gets easier. So, what can you expect from this podcast? What are we going to talk about here? Well, we're going to talk about gut health and weight loss, how they're connected, and what you can do today to start seeing a difference. We're going to talk about hormones, but when we discuss hormones, we discuss them all, not just the ever popular estrogen. We'll talk about the ones you need to be aware of, why they matter, and how they affect your weight, energy, and cravings. Spoiler alert, it's connected to your gut health. Mindset, because if you keep telling yourself you're getting old and that nothing will work for you, your body will listen. And we'll talk about practical, no BS strategies, because I know you don't have the time for fluff or complicated plans. This podcast is for you if you're tired of the same old diet advice and you're ready for a real, sustainable solution. And let me tell you, once you start feeling better, weight loss becomes the easy part. Okay, so that's a wrap for today's episode. If you're tired of doing all the right things and still not seeing the results you deserve, let's change that. Book a free weight loss breakthrough call at the link in the show notes, and let's figure out what's really going on with your body. And hey, if this episode hit home, do me a favor, follow the show, leave a quick review, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. The more women know the truth, the less we have to put up with the utter BS of diet culture. Until next time, trust your gut. Your body isn't broken, and you're not stuck with this forever.